The long tail cast on requires you to have a long tail. And there's really nothing more annoying than casting on that many stitches and then figuring out at the last minute that your tail isn't long enough. You don't have to guess how long your tail needs to be for projects that have a ton of cast on stitches. All you have to do is take your needle, whichever needle you're going to use in your project, and loop the yarn around it. So start here. We have 2 wraps there, right? 2 loops, 2 wraps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I like to work in multiples of 10. It's a super easy number for me to play around with in my head. So theoretically, pinching the yarn right there, releasing all of those wraps from my needles, this is roughly how many or how much yarn you need for 10 cast on stitches. And let's say my pattern wants me to cast on 80 stitches. I know that this is roughly how much I need for 10, so I'll flip it over. And there, this is how much I need for 20 stitches, right? Loop it one more time. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. What did I say? 80? We were going to 80 stitches, so we'll loop it one more time. This is about how much yarn I need for 80 stitches. But just for good measure, I like to go one more time. That'll give me enough tail to weave in. It'll give me enough of a security blanket, I guess, to know that I have a little bit extra and I have a little bit more of a tail to weave in. You could even go one more if you want to, because at this point you're not wasting much yarn because you're taking a smarter approach to figuring out what your tail length needs to be. So that's roughly what my tail length needs to be for a pattern that would have me cast on 80. I'll hold on to this because that's kind of where my starting point is. And then you would just go right into your long tail cast on and cast on your 80 stitches. And this takes all the guesswork out of knowing how long your tail needs to be for a long tail cast on in a project that requires you to cast on many, many stitches.